Welcome to HDTV. You now rocking with your boy. NFL Week 3. I will be doing the Monday Night Football recap after tonight, but I'm only going to talk about the games I watched. I'm not the other games. If you've seen it in your area, you'll have to watch them yourself. I'm not paying no extra money for no ticket because I work too much and I only can catch certain games. Now, the first game was the Washington football team against Cleveland. And the Washington football team wasn't that bad early on. But what messed them up was Dwayne Haskins has to understand. I know he's still young. You guys have to understand this is his first full season playing. You guys, this isn't Madden football. You can't just say, I'm going to throw the quarterback to the bench and then bring this guy in. Now, Alex Smith just came back from a horrendous knee injury. He's not there yet mentally. It's going to take him a whole year to get himself right. So stay with Dwayne Haskins, because if you throw Alex Smith out there, what if he gets hurt? Huh? You already done bench Haskins. Once you bench Haskins, it's over now. You done lost him mentally. He mentally is not going to be able to make it after that, because quarterback is a position you have to be very nice and you have to coddle that guy. You can't be an a-hole because your quarterback will go south. It's only like 2 or 3 maybe elite quarterbacks in the league. It's not that many. So if you got a decent or good enough one, you need to keep him in there. Dwayne Haskins not that bad. He was 21 to 37, 224. He had 2 good TDs. But his interceptions, the last interception he threw, that was a bad throw. I blame that on him. And then the other 2 were kind of too high. He stares down his receivers a little too much and he overthrows at times. But when he is on and he's rolling, the team looks good. And then you got to look at it. The defense, the Browns to me have probably one of the best front fours in the game. Or one of the front fours. Myles Garrett is probably the best DN/pass rusher in this league. He probably is. You got to give him credit. Antonio Gibson, their running back, they need to give him the ball more. He was pretty good. He did his thing. Receiving wise, I love McLaurin. He's going to be a baller. Inman caught some big catches, but he got hurt. And he got 2 TDs. He got hurt. Wright was okay. Thomas was okay. So their receiving core is okay. But Dwayne Haskins fumbled the ball twice. He lost it, and he threw 3 picks. You can't have turnovers, Dwayne. You have to understand this league is called not for long. And you're a black quarterback, so you're not going to get any leeway. You can't keep making these mistakes. Ron Rivera already put out there that we're going to do our best to be with them, but this team likes to win, and they'll put you on the bench fast. So you got to understand, you a black quarterback, you got your braids done. You might have to take them braids out, son, and be froed out. You want to be a pretty boy, or do you want to be a football player? You got to choose one. You can't have them both. Now, the run game was okay. The line has to do a little bit better protecting. Defensively, Jonathan Allen, he was good at the defensive tackle. But he's your leading tackle guy. That's not good, man. If your D tackle is your leading tackler guy. That's not good at all. And then Bostic was okay. Apke was okay. There was no interceptions or anything. So the defense got pressure. The sacks you got, the Browns only gave up 2 sacks, and that was the Allen and the Sweat. But the Washington football team, I'm saying the Redskins, my bad. The football team, Washington, I'm going to just say Washington. Washington has to be better. To me, what they have to do, they have to establish the run. You have a young quarterback. if you establish the run, you give him time to make his throws. You give him time to progress through his reads. Dwayne's not there yet where he could take over without the running game. He's not there yet. He's this is his first full year starting. So you have to give him a chance. And you have to give him a running game. I like how they were running some wide receiver sweeps. They were doing some screen plays, wide receiver screens. They were doing a lot of trickery, faking it here to the receiver, then giving it to the running back. I like that. Keep doing that. But Dwayne, you have to hang on to the ball. You can't get down, and you can't make turnovers. Turnovers will kill you. That's what wins. That's what kills your game. That's what kills you at the end of the game. Now, Washington football team, I think they're the second best team in the division. They might be the first best because the NFC East is trash. Dallas should be 0-3. The Eagles should be 0-3. They lucked up because the Bengals couldn't score at the end to win the game. It's like, and then the Eagles lost it a bunch of times. And then the Giants, they're bad. The Giants are going to be bad. So any one of these teams could get hot at a certain point of the year and just win the NFC East. To me, right now, the best team is Dallas. Then you got the Washington football team. But Dallas can only play from behind. They can never get a lead. And when they had the lead, they didn't get a touchdown. They kicked a field goal. So they're still having a hard time scoring in clutch situations. So I'm not counting the Washington football team out. I still think they could finish number 2 in this division. I had the Eagles, but man, the Eagles look bad. And if I was the Eagles, I would not go to Jalen Hurts yet. Leave Wentz ass out there to play. Because if all Wentz got to do is get hot one of these Sundays in a stretch, which he's been known in the past to get a stretch where he could just ball out. The division is a toss-up, so none of these teams need to be worried. Whoever wins this division most likely might be under 500. Might be 7-9 or 8-8. 9-7 is pushing it. I don't see a team winning 9 or 10 games out this division. I may be wrong, but I don't see it. Now, the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield was 16-23, 156 yards, 2 TDs. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt took the game over. Nick Chubb had 19 carries, 180 yards, 2 TDs, averaged 6 yards per carry. Kareem had 16 carries, 46 yards, and averaged 3 yards per carry. And he also, in the receiving end, Kareem got 2 catches for 18 yards, and he got a TD. So Odell got his touches. He got 6 targets, 4 receptions. For 59 yards, no TDs. Landry had 4 receptions, 36 yards. Hooper, I believe, got hurt early in the game. I don't know if he came back. He had 3 receptions, 25 yards. The turnovers, Terrence Mitchell, Kevin Johnson on defense forced a fumble. Carl Joseph got a fumble. Myles Garrett forced a fumble, and he recovered 1, and B.J. Goodson recovered 1. And interceptions, Malcolm Smith got an interception, Joseph got 1, and Goodson got 1. And defensively, 4 tackles was leading the way with Sendejo and assists. Carl Joseph was leading with 2. So the defense didn't do bad. They did pretty good. Sheldon Richardson had a sack, and Garrett had 2 sacks. And Richardson had a tackle for a loss along with Ogunjobi, who was just cracking everybody out there at safety. Tavir Thomas had a 1 tackle for loss. Vincent Taylor 1 tackle for loss. Basically, the time of possession, Cleveland won it 33 minutes and 33 seconds compared to 26 minutes and 23 seconds. Penalties, Cleveland had more than Washington. So what messed Washington up was they gave their interceptions. They had 3 to Cleveland 0, and they lost 2 fumbles compared to Cleveland 0. And average yards per play, Washington had more. Rushing yards, Cleveland had more, 158 to Washington's 103. Passing, Washington had 200 to Cleveland's 142. Total yards, Washington won by 9 yards in that category. So Washington has to clean up their turnovers from watching the game. Haskins can't throw he has to learn how to throw the ball to where the receiver's going. And he has to learn to look guys off. If you don't look guys off, then basically you're done. They've won. Baker Mayfield is overrated to me. All right. So I'm tired of all these people and analysts trying to say, look at how Baker throws the ball. Oh my gosh. Like you've never seen a white guy throw a ball before. I guess because he's a white guy, he the pink guy, he go get all this extra praise. It's like, come on, dog. This guy here is he's so overrated. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt took this game over. Without them, the Browns lose this game. And their front four was good as well. Baker Mayfield threw a lot of bad passes. He overthrew Odell. He overthrew Landry. He overthrew a couple of his tight ends. He throws it to the dirt sometimes, and he sometimes underthrow. Odell had the guy on the post. He shook him. He should have threw the ball up. If he'd have threw the ball out, I can't blame Odell for that. Baker underthrew him. Odell had to come back and knock the ball out the guy's hands, and that would have been a pick. So I still got the Browns finishing third in that division, or they could finish fourth. But I say third. I don't think the Bengals are going to win anything. I think they're going to win maybe 2-3 games at max. That team is in a shambles. Luckily, they got Joe Burrow who can go through this losing season and then come back next year better. But the Browns, to me, I see finishing third in the division. In the North, I still think the Steelers are better, and I still think the Ravens, we're going to see them tonight. I think the Ravens are ahead above heels better than all of them in that division. So that game, I give that game a D minus. That game was terrible. It was okay, but then it was like certain plays, like it seemed like Baker was a rookie. It's like he only lucked up because the guys on the other team for the Washington team, they dropped the ball or they missed a tackle or that, or Chubb and Kareem Hunt bailed them out today. So I'm not impressed with Baker. I think this team, the best they could do to me, probably 8-8, 7-9. They might do better. I'm not sure. They're looking like that, but I could be wrong. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, you can tell me I'm wrong. Now, the next game on the thing I watched was the Houston Texans and Pittsburgh. And Houston came out firing. Deshaun hit Randall Cobb. I ain't seen Randall Cobb in about 100 years. I ain't seen him in 100 years. And he basically came on the screen and balled out. Deshaun hit Will Fuller as well. And Dave Johnson got a TD as well. So, you know, and Deshaun had 2 touchdowns, but he had a bad pick later in the game, which I think changed the momentum. I think if he took that back and made the right play, I believe they could have beat Pittsburgh. The Texans have a talented team, but their problem is opposite of the Dallas Cowboys. The Texans could get on the board quick if they're on point, if everybody's running their routes, everybody's blocking, everybody's on the same page. Their problem is they can't close. The Cowboys can't do well early, but they could come back. They could give you give you touchdowns in the second half. So these two teams, if you put the Texans and Cowboys together, they would be 3-0. Seriously, they would be 3-0 because the Texans start off great but can't finish. The Cowboys start off terrible and they finish. So it's like, what the hell? But the thing I give the Texans, they have a better defense. Also, David Johnson was a bad pick. Bill O'Brien, he is not giving you what you need. You need a running game. Deshaun Watson, a.k.a. D4, is not going to make it. He's not going to make it if you continue to throw the ball all the time. You have to find a running game. David Johnson was slacking in Arizona. What made you think he was going to do better now, huh? And then your receivers, okay. You can win with these guys. Fuller, Stills, Cooks, they did okay. Johnson caught some passes out the backfield. But dog, you basically need your guys to run the ball better. Your running was terrible. Now defensively, McKinney was balling. Inside linebacker Bernardrick McKinney, him and the outside backer Cunningham. The defense for the Texans is nice, but you have to give them rest. You can't keep throwing and have 3 and out. And then once that happened, they're on the field, they're tired. They did their job against Ben. They were making Ben look very old. I am concerned about Ben Roethlisberger. Him, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees look terrible to me. Now, everybody gonna say, Aaron Rodgers put up these stats he did. Aaron Rodgers looked terrible, y'all. If Aaron Jones wasn't doing what he did, running all over the place and keeping the defense honest, Packers would have lost that game to the Saints. Drew Brees, I don't know what's going on. They need Michael Thomas back. They need him back, but I'm going to get to that game. But here, the Texans and the Steelers, the Texans need to run the ball better. That's all. If you have a running game that gives that defense time, because Anthony Weaver, the D coordinator, is keeping them in the game. His defense was killing the Steelers yesterday. They were banging the Steelers. But the problem is you don't have a running game to take the pressure, and you can't have Deshaun keep trying to be like Michael Vick back there trying to escape for his life and get a first down. He's not going to last for the whole season, Bill O'Brien. God damn, how dumb are you? You walk in here acting like you the biggest thing since sliced bread, and you coming out this thing like molding bread. You suck, dog. You got to figure out how to get the running game going. Your problem is if you got rid of DeAndre Hopkins, you should have got a first-round pick. You should have got a first-round pick a couple years ago for Jadeveon Clowney. You would have been set to draft you a running back or go get you somebody. Luckily, the draft has plenty of running backs probably. I think they do. I got to ask my brother. He watched more college football than I do. But get your running game going. Now, this is funny. Every time Bill O'Brien starts 0-3, the Texans come back and win the division. So, I don't know. They could do it. But guess what, Bill O'Brien? You had DeAndre Hopkins those years, so you could pull that off. So, the Texans, man, defensively, they did a lot better. I like how they were attacking the passer. Carlos Watkins got a sack. Omeni who got a sack. Couple tackle for losses. They don't have a whole lot of tackle for losses. That's something I worry about too. It's easy to move the ball a little bit on the Texans defense. No interceptions. You got to force turnovers if you're going to sit back sometimes and not blitz. Deshaun Watson looked good yesterday. He did his thing except for that one interception. I believe that turned the game, and that was inevitably their loss. Now, to the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Ben Roethlisberger went 23 for 36, 237 yards, 2 TDs, no picks. He managed the game well, but Ben still he doesn't look right to me. He's throwing the ball sometimes high, overthrowing his receivers, or he's putting the ball in bad places where they can't catch it. This is why the Steelers won. James Conner and Anthony McFarland destroyed the Texans' defense on the ground. Their running game was on the ground. It killed them. James had 18 carries for 109 yards, averaged 6 yards per carry and a touchdown. McFarland had 6 carries, 42 yards, and he averaged 7 yards. Benny still got him 7 carries, 11 yards. He only averaged 2 yards per carry. So they were moving the ball. They did their job. They had a TD receiving. Eric Ebron was killing the Texans down the seam, and he got matched up one-on-one with the corner. He was destroying him. He had 5 receptions, 52 yards, 1 TD. Juju Smith went off, 4 receptions, 43 yards, 1 TD. James Conner had 4 receptions, 40 yards. James Washington, 5 receptions, 36 yards. Vance McDonald, 3 receptions, 35. And Claypool, who I'm very high on as a rookie, he 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 basically got 1 catch, but I think he needs to get some more targets. If he gets some more targets and everything, then I think it'll be good, so I think he'll be better. But Ben has a good team. He has a good defense. He has a good offense. There should be no excuse. I believe Pittsburgh could be number 2. I think they'll fight the Ravens for number 1 seed. I think they could split with the Ravens this year. I know I sound crazy, but I think they could split the division with the Ravens this year. But I still got the Ravens winning it though. Yeah, and Claypool did fumble. Yeah, he did fumble one time. Defensively, I believe Devin Bush. Devin Bush had 2 tackles, assists. On Mike Hilton, he has 7 tackles, 0 assists. That is not good for your defense in the long run. You cannot have a cornerback leading your team in tackles for a game. That means that you're getting gashed. So McKinney Fitzpatrick, Fitzgerald, Mekhi Fitzpatrick, has been a great pickup for him. TJ Watt had a sack, 2 tackles for losses. He was disrupting the passing game all day. He got some sacks on he got a sack on Deshaun. Edmonds and Hayden were good. I mean, they got a decent defense. Bud Dupree, he had a half of a sack. Devin Bush had a half of a sack. Dupree had 1.5 sacks, and then Bush had a half a sack. Williams and Tuitt had one sack each. So did TJ Watt. So their pass rush is good. So this defense is good. If they get a lead, the Steelers, they could beat you because they have pass rushers. Their defense is looking like the defense when Ben and them went to the Super Bowl. The only difference is Palomalu was a way better player than these safeties they got. But the Steelers, they did well. They passed the ball well. Guys were getting their ball. Juju just was destroying the coverage. Him and Ebron did great. Ebron stretched the middle of the field as well as got outside one-on-one with a safety and corner. He dominated. He's a big dude at tight end, so he's going to dominate, and he's very underrated. And their receiving core is nasty, man. I mean, I think Washington and McDonald and Claypool, man, they're gonna, and Johnson too, if he was able to catch the ball, but he only had 2 targets. They were, I think, over his head or to the side. If he gets in the mix, man, Steelers gonna be tough. I like the Steelers. I like what they're doing, and I'm happy for Mike Tomlin. He got those cancers, Le'Veon Bell, and then that idiot Antonio Brown. No, he ain't Antonio Brown. He died. That's AB. Yeah, he died when Burfict hit him in that game. So that's AB. Yeah. So they look a lot better. And like I said, this unit seems close. Everybody seems close. Ben is accepting blame if he mess up. He not pointing fingers. He not throwing guys under the bus. I think he actually loves this team. Because I remember, I think one of their line coaches, I think their running back or receiver coach died. And Ben Roethlisberger was over there with Juju hugged up on him, making sure he was straight because Juju was hurting. So they're close. They're close, and Mike Tomlin got that defense playing. The Steelers could shock a lot of people this year, man. So I would watch out for them. But we'll see. They didn't really play nobody yet. So we got to wait till next week. Now, the teams as in total, Pittsburgh had a total of 387 yards. Sorry about that, guys. Now, basically, Houston's total yards was 260. Pittsburgh was 387. Passing yards, 231 Houston to Pittsburgh's 218. This is why the Texans lost. The running game, Pittsburgh had 169, the Texans 29. Average yards per play was 6 to Pittsburgh's 5. Point score, we know Pittsburgh. Fumbles, they both didn't have fumbles. The interception thrown, like I said, when Deshaun threw that pick, it turned the game around, and Pittsburgh was able to capitalize and score, and then score one more time. In their defense, you cannot get down on Pittsburgh. They have a defense that will get at you. Houston allowed 5 sacks to Pittsburgh 2. Third down efficiency, 44% of Pittsburgh to 41% Houston. Time of possession, Pittsburgh was 36 minutes and 51 seconds compared to 23 and 9 seconds by Houston. And penalties, Houston had 4 to Pittsburgh 2. Can't have penalties, man. But that game there, I gave that game a B. That was a pretty good game. It was good on both sides. It was pretty good. It was way better than the Washington football team in Cleveland game. Now, the game that everybody want to talk about. How about those Dallas Cowgirls? Dallas, for some reason, they love playing from behind. Like, they just have a problem. They have a problem scoring. They have a problem scoring early on. Now, Dak Prescott had 37 completions, 57 attempts, which is not good. Dak should be throwing between 20 to 30 attempts. Yards, 472 yards, 3 TDs, 2 picks. Ezekiel Elliott had 12 targets and only 6 catches, so he was 50% with 24 yards. Running, he had 34 yards, 14 carries. And I'm trying to figure out, where the hell is Tony Pollard? Why would you go that high 3rd round to get Tony Pollard, or 4th round, and you're not going to use him? It's like, dog, Dallas is like full of idiots. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup and Ced Wilson balled out. Michael had 6 receptions for 138 yards, a TD. Ced Wilson, he surprised everybody. He came in at 5 receptions for 107 yards, 2 TDs. Amari Cooper is soft as hell. F him. CeeDee Lamb had 5 receptions, 65 yards. Dalton Schultz had 4 receptions, 48 yards. Ezekiel, F him too. He sucked. Now, let's look at the fumbles. Dak lost the fumble as well. You can't turn the ball over, Dak. That's what killed y'all. You threw the picks and you lost the football. This is on you, man. You got to hang on to the ball. Now, the first interception, that was on Amari Cooper. He let the cornerback muscle him to his position, and that was picked. That's Amari's fault. Now, the second one, that was your fault. You got to make a better throw than that, man. You got to make a better throw than that. Now, the fumble, that was dicey because the defender got there on his blind. You can't double pump or hold on too long against that pass rush. And it came and bit him in the butt. Now, defensively, Trayvon Diggs is your leading tackler. I like to ask everybody, where is DeMarcus Lawrence? Why isn't he getting any blame? Huh? Why isn't Jalen Smith getting blamed? Why isn't Zeke getting blamed and Amari? Why is Dak getting all the blame when these 4 guys got their money? You 4 bums got your money, and you guys are showing what you are, bums. Ezekiel Elliott, he needs to judge. He's done. He sucks. Don't compare this guy to Emmitt Smith ever. If you do, I'm going to slap you in your mouth. I'm going to slap you in your mouth. I'm going to knock you the hell out. I'm going to knock you the hell out. You guys had all these guys you paid money to, and they're not doing nothing. Why is it that it is hard for you, Dallas, to start early and score? Why does it take you to the second half to be a dominant team? What's going on? Like, you guys are scared of something to lead? Y'all scared to win? Like, goddamn, y'all social distancing from winning? I guess so, because you guys keep starting out slow. Y'all should have been 0-3. Y'all should be 0-3 right now. Y'all shouldn't even be 1-2. Because y'all should have lost last week to the Falcons. Y'all should be 0-3 right now with the Giants. Defensively, Trayvon Diggs and Aldon Smith are the only two guys on the defense I'm cool with. Everybody else is trash. Jalen Smith, trash. Joe Thomas, trash. Darryl Worley, trash. Thompson, trash. Woods, mo trash. Jordan Lewis, triple trash. Antoine Woods, Carr, trash. Everybody, trash. Tristan Hill landing on Carson knee to hurt him, to get him out the game. That ain't do nothing. You still lost. Trash. Everson Griffin, trash. I see why the Vikings let you go. Mo trash. Your whole defense is trash. Trash. You guys are over glorified losers. Y'all are just like LeBrownie's blames. Y'all just like LeBrownie. Y'all the same people. Y'all are over glorified losers. Y'all are always going to be losers because your owner's a loser. Jerry Jones put all this money into a goddamn receiver when you knew your line was messed up. You have not had a good D-line probably since Bill Parcells was there, when you had Greg Ellis and DeMarcus Ware. You have not had a consistent D-line. You have not had a good secondary since Dion was there. No, I ain't going to say that. Terrence Newman was there. You haven't had a linebacking core since Dexter Coakley was there. Jalen Smith is overrated. He too worried about getting his dreads done to be a football player. DeMarcus Lawrence done got his money. Now he being exposed. They trying to talk about, no, the scheme is too hard. The scheme is too hard. No, you two mother suckers is trash. That's what's wrong with you. You're trash. Y'all wasted my afternoon watching y'all come back and then blow it. And y'all know y'all gonna get off the hook because it's gonna be about Dak. Well, why can't Dak start early? Dak is only good playing from behind. Well, if Dak had a guy named Zeke who could run the damn ball, and if he had a defense who could hold some damn water, I could give y'all a cup of them cups that we used to pull out from where the water fountain with the water bottle thing at, the water bottle machine, and we pour it in there. You guys couldn't hold that cone-shaped cup. Y'all that terrible. Y'all is Swiss cheese. Y'all is Ricky and Boys in the Hood. Nothing but a hole in you. And I don't want to hear about this Earl Thomas talk. Earl Thomas is not going to save you. He's not. Earl Thomas is not going to save you at all. At all. Earl Thomas is not a guy who's going to save you. Your front four is trash. You got a guy in Aldon Smith who ain't played for 5 years come off the street and he's better than everybody on your defense? That's terrible. That's terrible. You got one good guy back there, that's Trayvon Diggs, because he's the only one playing with heart. Then you guys had so many blown coverages, you guys cannot play a zone to save your life. Y'all can't even play man. So what can y'all play? Y'all can't be blitzing all day because Russ will pick you apart. He'll just send guys where you were at down the middle. They'll catch it, run up the field. Oh my gosh, boy, y'all so trash, man. The Seahawks. Russell Wilson, 27 for 40, 315 yards, 5 TDs. He had a couple errant throws, but as a whole total overall, Russell Wilson did his job. He quarterbacked this game. Chris Carson got hurt but had 14 carries for 64 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry. Russell has 6 carries for 22 yards and averaged 4. Travis Homer got 2 carries, but his 19 was for like 10 yards per carry when he got it. And Carlos Hyde really ain't do nothing. DK Metcalf dominated. 4 receptions, 10 yards, 1 TD. DK, next time, son, get in the end zone. Stop showboating. Because of that, you could have cost the season. Y'all should have won by 2 touchdowns, but because of that, you only won by 1. You're the reason that they almost lost. Wake your ass up. This ain't college, bruh. This is football. This is to win it. If you get to the Super Bowl and you do that crap, you think that's going to help you? Boy, stop. Tyler Lockett, again, he did his best Welker impersonation, balled out. 9 reception, 100 yards. Actually, he's better than Welker. 3 TDs. He killed the Dallas defense. Jacob Hollister got a TD as well. Olsen, 5 receptions, 61 yards. Great bounce back game from last week where he was just atrocious last week. Chris Carson, 3 receptions, 12 yards. Hyde had 1 reception, 11 yards. So the Seahawks did good. They had 1 fumble by Moore. DK Metcalf, he had that fumble, lost it. That became a touchback. 1 forced fumble by Reed, and it was recovered by Mayowa. Defensively, Shaquille Griffin, like I said, your cornerback cannot have 11 tackles. KJ Wright did okay, 7 tackles, 3 assists. Him and Wagner shut Ezekiel Elliott down. They kept him at bay. You had Robinson, Reed with a sack. Tackles for loss, you had 1 each for them. The defense for the Seahawks, to me, they're suspect. Jamal Adams, to me, he's overrated. He got hurt, but he really didn't do a lot. But when they were blitzing and stunning and everything, they really confused the Cowboys. They had the Cowboys off their square. The Cowboys were messing up early, but Dak brought them back. But at the end of the day, Dak, you have to prove you can lead this team. It's playoffs or bust. If y'all don't make the playoffs, Dak, you're not getting paid. They can't pay you. I wouldn't pay you. I'm a fan of yours, but dog, it's time to step up. You gotta lead. I understand it's not your fault, but at the end of the day, if you're the leader of the team, you want to be the face of the franchise, you want the big contract, you got to start accepting blame. Russell Wilson was over there. His team was losing. He did everything right to get them back in the game and win. Russell Wilson is the MVP right now in the season. Head above heels, hands down. I don't want to hear that Shannon crap. Aaron Rodgers looked terrible. Stop overrating Aaron Rodgers, Shannon. God, I can't stand Sharon Rodgers. Oh my gosh, he's so soft. And the way he plays so sporadic. But in this game for the Dallas and the Seahawks, man, as a team, Dallas had more total yards, 522 to 412, passing yards, 461 to 295, rushing yards, Seahawks beat them 117-61. Average yards per play, Dallas won that with 7 to Seahawks 6. Fumbles lost, they both were even. Interceptions, that's what changed the game. Dallas threw 2, the Seahawks had none. Sacks allowed, Seahawks allowed more sacks than Dallas. So they allowed more sacks. They allowed more sacks than y'all. Third down efficiency, Dallas was 46% to Seattle 38. Time of possession, Seattle 32 minutes and Dallas 27 minutes. So, but Dallas lost because of also penalties. They had 10 to Seattle's 5. You can't have penalties. And that's what killed Dallas was the penalties. The penalties killed Dallas overall. This game, I give this game a C. This game, it was mostly good because of the end. The ending was an A, but the beginning was an F. Dallas wasn't that good. The Seahawks were just capitalizing on the Cowboys' blown coverage. Cowboys really choked this game away more than, to me, the Seahawks won. Personally, that's what happened. Now, F that game. Let's get to the game. Everybody is over glorifying this bum. Okay, we got Green Bay and New England. Okay. Green Bay to me, if they did not have Aaron Jones, they would have lost this game. Aaron Jones made some big plays. Aaron Rodgers threw some ugly balls, but Alan Lazard, he balled out in place of Devontae Adams. Tanyan and Lazard saved Aaron Rodgers because he was throwing some ugly throws, but those guys saved it. Mercedes got a big touchdown as well. Aaron Rodgers, he did okay, 21 for 32, 283 yards, 3 TDs. It wasn't an MVP performance to me. Aaron Jones had 16 carries, 69 yards, a TD, averaged 4 yards per carry. Fumbles, Smith and Kiki, they forced a fumble and interceptions. None were thrown by either team. Summers and Savage, those guys was balling on defense in the front seven, I believe. I believe Summers is in the front seven, ain't he? Yeah, they linebackers. Yeah, Summers 44. Yeah. He nice. He was in the backfield a lot too. You know, to me, the Saints, man, they just don't look good to me. And I don't know what it is. I think Mike Smith really is needed. Mike Smith is really needed. Savage is your safety. Yes, I remember Savage. Savage was out there hitting. So the Saints really didn't look that good. The Packers were able to move the ball. They were able to get the ball in good field position at times. They did their job moving it. Aaron Jones has really been a blessing for Aaron Rodgers because it takes a lot of pressure off Aaron Rodgers. He don't have to win it all by himself. And defensively, their defense is a lot better. They were getting to Drew Brees. They were flustering him. They gave him problems. And as a whole, those receivers, Lazard and Tanyan was just shredding the Saints secondary. The Saints had no way to stop them. Now, Drew Brees had 29 for 36. He had 288 yards. Him and Aaron Rodgers, to me, just do not look like the same guys from 2 or 3 years ago. They don't. I think if you play when these guys play a good defense, like a really good defense like Tampa, or they play Baltimore, they will get exposed. Drew Brees, oh yeah. Latavius Murray finally got the ball more. Him and Kamara. Alvin Kamara, the truth, dog. Alvin Kamara is my second guy for MVP, man. I'm sorry. He's been the second best player this year. This dude had 13 receptions, 139 yards for 2 TDs, and he ran the ball 6 carries, 58 yards, averaging 10 yards per carry. Murray came and gave him that pounding on that thunder on the ground with 12 carries, 58 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry. Emmanuel Sanders just doesn't look like Emmanuel Sanders. He was 4 receptions, 56 yards. He had a TD, but I mean, he just don't look the same. Traquan Smith, 4 receptions, 42 yards. Jared Cook caught a couple passes. Trotman did. Fumbles. Drew Brees lost a fumble. It was recovered. Taysom Hill got sprayed. Taysom Hill has not looked good. He has been getting knocked around week to week. They are gunning for him. I don't think he gonna make it. I don't think he gonna make it, boss. He was scared. Boy, he got sprayed. He got the ball. He thought he was good. Bam! Boy, he was knocked out. He was fumble. Football is back, baby. And Deontay Harris fumbled the ball too. But they didn't lose it. It really wasn't no turnovers. Malcolm Jenkins, he played good. Him and Demario Davis. Demario Davis is playing like one of the best linebackers out there. He had 6 tackles, 1 assist, a sack, and a tackle for loss. Malcolm Jenkins, 7 tackles, 2 assists, 1 tackle for a loss. Marshawn Lattimore has 6 tackles, but I need him to get more picks than tackles. Janoris Jenkins was holding, and he got called with some 2 flags. Now, the last one wasn't an interception. I mean, a pass interference. But the one before that, he was holding his arm. I can't give him no pass on that. But Janoris Jenkins to me is overrated. He gets burnt a lot. Marshawn Lattimore is okay. That's basically it. And then the team as a whole, total yards 397 to 369. New Orleans won that. Passing yards, New Orleans won 275, 271. Green Bay 98 yards rushing. New Orleans had 122. Average yards per play, Green Bay 6, New Orleans 7. Points scored, 37-30. Fumbles lost. New Orleans had that one fumble. Green Bay none. Interceptions thrown. Both had 0. Sacks allowed. New Orleans had 2 compared to Green Bay's 1. Third down efficiency. Both guys were 45%. Time of possession wasn't that far off. 31 for Green Bay to New Orleans 28. That's what won the game. Green Bay had a little bit more time. After New Orleans scored, they left too much time for Aaron Rodgers to do his thing. New Orleans got killed by 8 penalties to Green Bay 2. If New Orleans cut that down to 2 or just 1 penalty or none, they would have won this game. Green Bay's overrated. Green Bay's a front-running team right now. They're gonna win I don't know if they'll win the North because the Bears are gonna start Nick Foles, and Foles brought him back yesterday. So I think the Bears could beat them now with Nick Foles starting. I'm sorry. I think Nick Foles could win with the Bears. I think the Bears have the talent and the defense. I just think he just need to keep his poise. I believe they could beat the Packers. The Packers just don't look good to me. Aaron Jones to me is the biggest bright spot, and then those receivers, Lansey and Tonley, those guys are good. Mercedes Lewis, he was good in Jacksonville. He's been a good tight end, about 6'6", I believe, tall, big, physical tight end. The Saints right now, I don't know what's going on. Maybe my boy Cliff, maybe you could tell me, but the Saints don't look good, man. I see the Saints. I really see the Saints losing some more games, man. But they need Michael Thomas back. Alvin Kamara is not going to last, dog, if y'all keep running him to the ground and he's their whole offense. If they did not have Alvin Kamara, the Saints would be 0-3 right now. Seriously, because Alvin Kamara saved them the first week. Because Michael Thomas got hurt that game and Kamara saved him at the end. And Alvin Kamara has saved them. He's saved them basically again and again. And the MVP race is Russell Wilson. Then I got Alvin Kamara. Those are the 2 MVPs for me. And I'm going to see what happens tonight with Mahomes and Lamar. They could bump up to 3. Cam is having an MVP season too. But my bright spots from yesterday is Russell Wilson is the best right now. He's the best in the league, best quarterback, hands down. He's better than Lamar and Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. Patrick won a Super Bowl last year. Russell won a Super Bowl, okay, and he's been to 2. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell to select all so you can receive notifications of upcoming content. And I will be doing a recap on Monday Night Football tonight. I will give you that after the game. And I will be giving you guys the play-by-plays and stuff by the Lakers and the Heat when they play. The LeBrownies and the Buckets. Miami Buckets and the LA LeBrownies are going against each other. So we're going to see what happens there. And to me, this game here was, I give it a C+. B- or a C+, I believe. I'll give it a C+. To me, the best game was Pittsburgh and the Texans. I liked that game better. The Dallas and Seahawks game wasn't that good to me. If Russell didn't have that second half like he did, he did good in the first half, and then it was times he was missing throws and times, he was getting sacked and he was throwing the ball high and low, and it happens. It's a football game, but as far as overall, he balled out, in that game. But this game, I give a B-. I give the Saints and the Packers B- or C+. Aaron Rodgers is being overrated and overglorified. He was not that impressive, dog. I know his stats are going to show otherwise, and you Green Bay fans going to hate me. I really don't give a flying F if you do, but he just does not look good to me. And Drew Brees, I think Drew Brees has lost his fastball. I think Drew Brees needs to learn how to manage the game a little more, and they need Michael Thomas back. I think if the Saints get Michael Thomas back, I think they'll be fine and they'll be able to take off. But the Packers, they're front running right now. I want to see how they play against the Bears because I think the Bears could get them. I think the Bears could at least split with them this year, and I think the Bears could take that division from them. I think the Packers are not that good. They're not to me. I think Aaron Rodgers has lost some of his fastball as well. And the past 3-4 years, Aaron Rodgers just does not look good. He'll have these fast starts and then he fades away at the end. So I don't know what that is. I mean, you guys let me know what you feel. But you know, and if you want to donate to the page, cash at me at welcome, which is the word welcome, the number 2 HDIITV. And if you want any shirts, man, email me. I have the email in the description box. It's welcome to hdtv@yahoo.com. So I can get your sizes. The t-shirts are welcome to HDTV shirts, and they're going for $15. Just let me know. And like I said, I got some more stuff coming. I'm gonna have some more videos on other topics probably next weekend because I gotta work this week. So and I might just bring y'all some videos again later tonight, a couple more besides the recap. And thank you for listening, and we're out. Live, boy.